Hi, Watchers. Thank you so much for tuning in to Watchaz Live. I'm your host, Brandy. And here at Watchaz Live, we highlight trailblazers in their specific industries and, of course, give advice to the newer generation. We're here with a very special guest, Marcelle Cherie. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you today?
Hi, Brandy. Hi, everybody. Today I'm feeling great. Thank you for having me on the platform. I'm excited.
Thank you so much. Yeah, yeah, but look at England, look at one. What's up? We expect new
Oh,
music.
yeah.
What's happening?
No, this is just listen, every stage of my music career right now is just experimenting. So I'm just having fun, playing with fashion, playing with colors and aesthetics. So I'm just here, always working on new music though. So yeah.
Okay, so we are waiting for that. I love that you said experimenting because I listened to Hot in December. I love the project. May I get a like a Afrobeat vibe, like a dancehall vibe, literally want Tony up, want everything. So could you tell us about that project? What exactly brought that project to life?
All right. Well, first of all, thank you for the compliments and thank you for listening as usual.
Hmm.
But what brought that project to life was really just in a moment of, I guess, a more somber mood surrounding kind of Hurricane Melissa and what was happening with us last year, September, October, and we're still in the process of recovery and so on. And one of the main outlets for me, obviously, is music. But within that outlet, I kind of like to express myself in sort of a comedic way. I like to have fun. I like lightheartedness. I like to tell jokes. I love to party. So, I mean, some people see these spaces as trivial, but as the Caribbean culture that we're in now will have you know, party is an important part of our life. You know,
Hmm.
so while somebody might think that, partying is a waste of time or partying is a distraction or whatever it is, it's literally how a lot of our culture has been built in these spaces. It's how we bond with each other. It's how we actually do get out of, bad moods, celebrate, live it up. So that's kind of the energy that I put into Hot in December. I kind of wanted it to be a spin on the winter season because in the Caribbean we don't really have a traditional winter climate or cold snow.
Yeah.
Year round we're in summer attire. Year round we're partying. It doesn't matter when it is, what specific holiday or whatever it is. So I just wanted it to be a fun, light-hearted project. It was three singles, and that was the thought process kind of behind it.
Love it. Come could have feel the energy. It kind of gives me the impression that you're a party girl. We have that wrong or right. Was it solely about bringing out
You
that
have that
energy?
100% correct. That's
We
what I
guys
am through and through. I'm not gonna hide it. I love me a good party. I love me a good get down. And Jamaica is the perfect place to do that.
love it. So I'm glad you mentioned that too, because the cover art, and we're gonna put the cover art on the screen, of course. It's amazing. I love the colors. I feel like it represents the title of the project so well. So could you tell us about the cover art? How did the concept come to life? Creative director, what's happening?
Right. So I'm gonna keep it real. My creative director for that project, for that cover art, for the cover art for that project was Pinterest. I as a creative person, I do spend a good deal of my time on Pinterest looking at what other creative people are doing. And then, I try to draw inspiration from multiple sources and then try to combine everything together into my own interpretation of whatever inspo that I draw, whether I see it in person or on the internet or whatever it is. So I kind of saw an inspiration for a similar shoot with like a girl on a bike, and there was a clothesline, and I think maybe she was in Brazil or one of those other tropical countries. Um, and then I wanted to Jamaicanize it in a way and still play on the whole Christmas in December or Christmas in the Caribbean feel. So you'll notice in the background on my clothesline, I chose to have like a Santa hat, a tank top that talked about island life or whatever it is, and I just wanted to use a lot of colors, and I actually used the dirt bike as a prop. So the guy who lent me the dirt bike for the shoot, he gave me some of his equipment as well, so that his goggles and his gloves are in there. And it just came together how it did. So I wanted it to be bright and vibrant and reflective of what I was going for with the energy.
No, I love it, especially the clothesline detail. I love the placement. I feel like you strategically put the stuff there. It was really good to see. But what I admire about you is in a space like dancehall, and I'm gonna get into your genre soon because I don't think you limit yourself. But in a space like dancehall, you know, you're Jamaican based. What pushes you to still be this creative in a genre that doesn't really pay attention to details? What makes you keep on going?
Um, right. So a lot of it is self-motivation, doing any type of career, not even just limited to creative careers, but especially in the creative industry, a lot of it is self-push and self-motivation because this is something that you choose to do on a daily basis. It's not like you have a supervisor that you're reporting to by the end of the day to say, these are the deliverables and whatever. This is a self-made career. So it's a lot of internal motivation that comes with it. And a lot of it for me personally is I have goals that I set for myself.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of the only person that I'm trying to please right now. And that's the beauty of being a beginner and also the beauty of being independent. So I set my own deliverables and then I have to meet my own expectations. So I'm not really having a lot of external influence in that sense, wherein anyone is requiring anything of me at this particular point in time. I'm
Mhm.
requiring it of myself. So that is the freedom that I have right now. And right now I'm living for it. I'm basking in it. I'm trying to stay independent for as long as I can, because I know that I have those certain qualities where I like attention to detail and I like thinking through every single step of the way, from writing a song to recording to the visuals, all of that. And I'm directly involved in every step of it. So I'm really just enjoying that right now.
No, it shows, and I hope you keep that because it's really authentic. And you mentioned being independent. So we give advice to younger persons here, etc. How important do you think it is to keep your independence as an artist? And would you have it any other way? Is it tell us the challenges and tell us like the parts where like, okay, this is rewarding. I love being independent.
So I think that answer would vary based on even the culture because a lot of artists in the Caribbean diaspora, a lot of them are up and coming and a lot of them aren't necessarily signed to any major labels or even distribution deals or whatever it is. So a lot of them are independent. What the primary injection into their career is going to either be self-investment or investment from a third party, but they're not necessarily bound by any contractual agreements like a major deal, right? So I think it's important because in this day and age where we have social media and people are going viral and people are coming up every single day, there's new artists that are bossing, for lack of a better phrase. They're
Mhm.
gaining traction, they're getting attention, they're getting streams, and they're finding ways to make their money. So I wouldn't necessarily say, go off and sign a deal and then it not work out to be the best thing for you. So I encourage independence right now because I'm loving it. I don't really have any, like I said, constraints to my career. Like it's limitless at this point because I feel like I'm in control. So I would encourage artists to at least have a little stint of independence. If you
Mhm.
find a deal and it's something that you can't pass up, then hey, for sure have at it. But make sure you have someone in your corner that's always looking out for you on your team,
Thank you.
legally and just on a personal level as well.
No, thank you. You make a very important point, both the legally, but creativity, Mackenzie, you make it have fun. So I've been researching your music and I believe you elevate with each project. So what would Elemental Marcel say to Hot in December?
Hmm. I feel like Elemental Marcel would be glad that Hot in December Marcel is having a little bit more fun because I
Mhm.
think Elemental Marcel was a more serious Marcel in that time frame. For that year that I worked on my first EP, it was a lock in year. And up to now, I can't believe I did so much work. Like when I look back at it, I'm just like, wow, that was a lot of work. And I feel like I'm still recovering and recuperating from putting in so much work because producing an independent project is no small feat. And it was only 4 songs, but it was a lot of work. So Elemental Marcel will probably be like, whew, okay, we can exhale now. We can go back to, probably in my vibes, Marcel, or like one of my first
Yeah.
singles when it was lighthearted and we're partying and we're having fun, and it's not so structured as Elemental was with so many moving parts. I was doing a launch, I was making sure the visuals were matching up with the songs, and I was recording and re-recording, and it was a lot. So Hot in December Marcel was definitely a more lighthearted, straight to the party, where are the vibes? And I'm kind of still riding that wave for right now. I'm in the process of producing some visuals for Hot in December, but it's a little less urgent because
Okay.
we're kind of just enjoying the break.
No, for real. So I forgot. So that means say for the next song then will come out, we can expect more fun. Like we just have like a teaser. Or we expect tunnel
Yes.
vision or
No,
turn it up.
nothing that serious. We're expecting turn it up to turn it up. We are expecting collaborations. I'm telling
Mhm.
everyone now, this is going to be the year of collaboration for Marcel Cherie. So don't don't not expect the collaborations. Look out for them. So yeah, a lot more singles. I'm not gonna say anything about another project yet because we don't know. But we're putting out singles and we're collaborating, and we're more visuals for Hot in December are coming. So
Oh, hey, we get an exclusive from Watchaz Live. All right. So with Hot in December now, and of course, I've checked your social media. I believe it tells a story. What really impresses me is how you promote your music. So that idea where I see you going around and the hot girls in the party, etc. How did that come about? And I know that takes a different type of bravery to go up to people, hey, I'm promoting this song. So how has that been? Like, how did the idea come to life and how have you been executing it?
right. So that was a popular trend that was going around on TikTok probably in the last 2 years and so. So a
Mhm.
lot of things that are happening on social media are cyclical. Like they come up, they die down, they come back up. So I think it's just about finding the right trend for the right song. I won't say I have it all figured out because I'm I'm not that much of a social media person. I'm more of a behind the scenes, like I know how it works, but fitting myself in as the person who's using social media as a tool to promote my own music, that's the part that I'm not really 100% savvy on. But when I do see something that I think, okay, this can possibly work, I'll try my best at it. So I think for Finest Thing in the Room, the specific song, because the whole trend that was started in America was dapping up tens, or shaking the hands of
Oh,
people who are a
yes,
10
I
on the
saw that.
scale. Right. So I'm just like, okay, maybe I can take that, use it out here. I haven't really seen a lot of people, even in the last 2 years, do it in Jamaica like that, because I think Jamaican people are on a different level of being approachable. It depends. You have to kind of read the room when it comes to Jamaican people.
Yes.
So I was like, all right, maybe in the party scene, depending on where I am, I can probably try to step out there, do something a little out of the box, highlight some of the beautiful women that we have out here, and use the song because it's fitting. The song is about being the hottest person outside. So why can't we have 5 or 10 of them, and then we big them up at the same time? Listen this good song, like, and the song is around. So I just thought it was a cool trend to hop on for that specific song, and I'm hoping I get to keep creating some of those videos and not let it die down.
Well, look forward to that and well, look forward to the visuals because that's very creative. I love the idea. Now, my fast little in your room, I see, I believe that's a guitar. So now I forgot to ask about your musical journey. So now, what got you into music? What inspired you to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do?
Okay, so I've always it's gonna sound so cliche. It's gonna sound like an America's Got Talent interview, but I have always wanted to do music. It's something that was always very near and dear to my heart. As everyone say, oh, they grew up singing and they grew up listening to, but it's the truth. I mean, my family loves music, vinyls, records, CDs. My mom is always listening to some form of R&B music, put me on to the greats like the Jill Scotts and the Alicia Keys of when I was a 7, 8, 9 year old, and I started getting into it, realized I could hold a little note or so, maybe in around grade 4 or 5, singing
Okay.
around the house, singing in the shower. We have to do some form of music class throughout school, so you realize what you like more than other things. Like, okay, maybe I like music more than I like Spanish class, or I like music more than I like maths. So, you start developing your personality, and music has always been a part of my personality. I would always find a way to be performing throughout high school, any open mics or Christmas concerts or whatever it is. I would start to develop that talent. And also developing a bit of a stage presence, going in front of people and performing in front of my peers and strangers, teachers, because you had to audition for these things, through high school. You had to sit up, you had to audition for the Christmas concert, you had to audition to be in the show. And it was starting to, show me how it could possibly come together. Um, Started writing my own music in maybe fifth form. Yeah, so about fifth form there. And kept it kind of near and dear to my heart. So it was kind of if you knew, you knew type situation. Um, Went to college, did 4 years, kind of put music on the back burner. It was just a hobby of mine. Then after I graduated, I was working for a while and I was like, you know what? I'm not really happy doing anything else. So why not just dive headfirst into the career and take it seriously? And I launched the career officially in 2023.
Oh, that was with Inamo Vibes.
Yes, that was my first single.
Okay, love it. So it speaks to being passionate, focusing on what you love. And I hope the viewers are getting this. Also, this has been sponsored by Godful and Electrosecure. So Marcel Cherie,
Big up them.
big up them. So Marcel Cherie, I see that, well, when I research you, it's Marcel Cherie. Instagram, it's DJ Mossy. Is this some Beyonce, Sasha Fierce thing? Like, how did the DJ Mossy come about?
Right. So it kind of is a combination of an alter ego situation like a Beyonce Sasha Fierce, and it's also one of my aspirations to actually be a disc jock, not just a DJ who spits on the mic, but I actually want to get into DJing with an actual table. So the nickname actually came about in high school. So remember I said it was an if you know, you know situation. A lot of people knew, but they didn't think it was going to be something I would take seriously. So I would literally walk around school freestyling, rapping. Me and my friends, we'd be at the tables doing that type of thing. For graduation, it was actually myself and a group of other people who remixed a couple of Alkaline songs for our performance at the official graduation. And we had to rewrite the lyrics and so on, make it, school appropriate and based on the timing and everything. So everyone just knew me as DJ Marcy, Marcy, Marcy. That was just what rang. And it was actually a name I had for one of my private profiles that was like a backup profile on Instagram. And then I just changed over the names because I had a different name on my main Instagram and I just changed it over and I said, okay, DJ Marcy. And that's what it is now. And that's what it's going to be. So it's both reflective of the element of my style and delivery where I'm more so rap or DJ as Jamaican people call it. And then also my future aspiration to become a disc jock as well as an artist. So
Love it because what may I realize is everything you do intentional. And that's something I really hope you stick towards. It's just authentic. Like the whole interview just screams Marcel Cherie. The fact that you want to be a disc jockey and the name, it speaks to alignment and it's just very
right.
inspirational. Now, going around school and a freestyle and them thing there, that has some serious determination, that has some gangster things. So I want to know being a woman in the industry, how has it been? Like, what are some rewarding moments, some disappointing moments?
Why? Sometimes depending on your perspective. um why? That's a very difficult question because, as a woman who I look up to both male and female artists in the space. I mean, I tend to kind of have favorites leaning more towards the female. I'm biased. I'm biased. I'm a woman. So I have to put the women first. I have to support women. And, I see personally every single day what it is that they really go through to fight for their dreams. I mean, a lot of industries are male dominated, not just music, not just, being a doctor or being a bartender or whatever it is. A lot of industries are male dominated, and it is difficult to find a space where you are respected, revered, and actually given your flowers as a woman. We have to fight. I feel like sometimes we have to fight and work twice as hard. We have the talent, we have the looks, we have everything, but something just don't connect a lot of times for us, you know? But I feel like with strength and determination and finding your community and like you said, and like we're stressing here, remaining authentic, being yourself, not selling out, right? For lack of a better phrase. Not really, what's the word I'm trying to find without, while sounding politically correct. Not really following the crowd then.
Yeah.
Standing on your own 2 feet, being brave, knowing that this is what you want to do. You don't have to give up anything for it. You don't have to put your dreams aside. This is there's space for you, there's room for you, and being audacious enough to take up that space because it's what anybody else would do. It's what a man would do. So why we can't do the same things that men do,
Yeah.
right?
Wait.
So that's kind of how I look at it. I mean, I'm gonna be here anyway, and the time is gonna pass anyway. So why am I going to not do what I love because someone else might be getting more push behind them or more attention at a given moment? No. So it's difficult to be a woman, but I feel like with the right support system and with the right mindset, we can do anything that we put our minds to as well. So,
Thank you. You never lie. I'm a love say you mention. It's not just music male dominated. I feel like for you, when people hear women in music, they're like, oh my God, it's a male, but it's the world. So it's
it's
either you
like,
just
yeah, it's like, it's either you just plant your 2 foot them and say, listen, me now move, or you never get to do what you love, and I don't see the point in that. So, me, I plant my 2 foot them.
no, exactly. No,
It
the
might
part,
take a little longer, but we're here. So,
and as you say, is about the mindset and being authentic. You also mentioned influences and being biased or whatever. However, I still want to know who are some of your musical influences?
so we're talking local or we're talking on an international scene? Because I tend to consume a lot
Honestly,
of international music.
international. Let's go international.
International. Okay, so I love, and this is gonna be not specific because I draw inspo from most genres. I listen to a lot of genres of music. So, on the R&B front, like I mentioned before, we have to big up the Jill Scotts, the Erica Badu's. On a more recent or like I guess a different generation of people, I've been loving me some K1. In the rap scene, I love Coil Ray. I don't care what anybody says. Coil Ray is stan, actually. And then if we're going into my little mail bag, I love trap music. So I'm gonna love me my Future. I love me some Young Nudie. Older school rappers, I love me some Ludacris. Non-rap, I love me some, well, also rap, but more of a producer, singer, rapper person. I love Pharrell. I love most of the things that Pharrell has done. And then my personal favorite rapper is Tyler, the Creator. So another international person for you there. On the local scene, we have to go Shensia, we have to go Jada, we have to go Lila Ike, and then who else? Who else we going to go? Let me throw in one more person just for kicks. Let's throw in a male artist. Um, I love me some Armani.
Oh, you can hear it in the music.
Right.
But I like say you take a little bit from everything. It's very and in at the beginning of the interview when you were like experimental, so it makes sense. It really does. All right. In that case, then when it comes on to how would I say your genre, are you comfortable with people calling you just dancehall then, or would you prefer dancehall fusion, or are you the type to just not want to be labeled? Because you do have artists like that.
Right. I'm not, I would never say that I'm not comfortable or offended or I would never put any negative connotation towards being associated as a dancehall artist or named as such. But I just feel like there's this stereotype then that a lot of people have about artists that come out of Jamaica specifically and the wider Caribbean, that once you come out of Jamaica, you have to either be doing dancehall or reggae, or you're not gonna succeed and no one's gonna care about what you have to say. I don't believe that, because if anyone pays attention to what's happening in not just music but in the world, music is like a language, it's evolutionary. Language changes every day. There are new words added to the dictionary almost every single day. So why can't new genres be added to the world of music every single day? I would feel most comfortable being identified as a fusion artist because I believe fusion is the future. So that's my mantra. Every interview, I'm gonna leave it off with that. I want everybody to think about it. Fusion is the future. Literally look around. They're genre purists.
Even
While we
right
can
now,
appreciate them, yeah, while we can appreciate them, and I appreciate the purest forms of these genres that I talk about, the R&B, the Afro. But a lot of things these days are amalgamations of things that people have been listening to and playing and hearing for centuries. So we have to at some point, progress, put things together. Some things sound better or good with other things. So why are we shying away from collaboration? It's just another element of collaboration. So yeah, I would feel most comfortable identifying as a fusion artist. I'm not putting myself in any box. I would love to win a pop award here, a reggae award here, a R&B award
mm,
here. So, you know,
trust me. The thing is, I feel like a lot of dancehall artists feel like them have to stay one place. Where I believe you're the exception to the rule, and it shows because you're not gonna have much artists that talk about hey, pop, this, that, this. So guys, I hope you keep that in mind. You don't have to be restricted. And also fusion is the future. Now, Marcel Cherie, could you kindly leave a message for Marcel Cherie in 5 years?
oh my gosh, putting me on the spot here, Brandy. Hey, Marcel, Cherie. What if I change my name in 5 years?
We're gonna remember. We will adjust it.
Oh, hello, Marcel, Cherie from the. Wait, am I talking to the future Marcel, Cherie, or am I?
The future.
Hey, Marcel, Cherie. How's the Porsche?
Oh, love it.
So I joke, but seriously though, like, what would I say to myself in 5 years? I just hope that it all has paid off. I mean, we work very hard and we are going to continue to work very hard, and hard work must pay off because, if you want good, your nose have to run, and our nose has run. So I just feel like I'm hoping that we are in a very successful era and we are making good choices and good investments with the attention when it comes, because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So yeah.
Simple. And Marcel Cherie from the future is gonna watch this in the Porsche. So thank you
In the
guys so much.
Porsche.
Thank you so much for joining us. Let them know where to check out your music.
All right, so thank you for having me again. And I am on all streaming platforms as Marcelle Cherie. That is MarcelleCherie. All social media platforms at DJ Marcy, DJMAWSI. Stream my stuff, follow me, connect with me. Let's talk, let's continue the conversation about how we're going to change the world.
Thank you, Marcel.
All right, thank you. Bye, Watchaz.
Hi, Watchaz.